Good morning. Welcome to the Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I am Dedra. I'm here with my co-host, Kristi Lynn, and we have a special message this morning. We're going to be talking about the split that's going on at this moment and the chaos that people are experiencing. So I will hand it off to you and let you bring in the rest of the messages that we have.
Okay, perfect. So, we channeled a few episodes ago that 3-eye Atlas was going to be flying by the sun, and there was going to be some kind of interaction and a bunch of energy was going to be sent down, and we have channeled that a lot of humans wouldn't be able to handle it. We talked about a lot of humans exiting the earth. We talked about their hearts kind of exploding open and not being able to handle all of their emotions. And since then, I have seen it everywhere, right? Like there is so much chaos going on in so many of friends, families, personal lives. Like there's so much negativity going on. There's so much, there's just a lot of intense, heavy things going on. I lost focus.
On the floor. Okay.
So we're going to talk about that. We want to talk about when pure high consciousness is being sent down to the earth. The sun is one of the biggest bringers of consciousness, right? And we have solar flares like crazy coming down. We all just got to see the beautiful display of the Northern Lights. Every time we get to see the Northern Lights, it is literal proof of higher consciousness coming down. Those solar flares, every time they come out of the sun, they are sending down this higher consciousness to us. And you can see it happening in the government. You can see it happening in Hollywood. You can see it happening in all of the food stamps, the people in need right now. There are so many people who are feeling like their lives have hit rock bottom. And I don't want to sound like a complete asshole, but I am saying when the universe is stripping everything from you, it is your opportunity to start fresh, right? Everything is happening for you. And we really, I know I say that so often, but you have to know the universe has always got your back. Always. The sun is there to do what it needs to do. The moon is there to help you process through the emotions. The sun brings down the consciousness. The moon brings the energy of processing through your emotions. And we need to start recognizing what is going on in our lives. Now, let's talk about the split. Let's talk about higher consciousness, people who embrace fifth dimensional living, right? I would say that we are people who try our hardest and very best to live in 5D consciousness. Mm-hmm. We understand that we can create things with our words. We understand that our bad habits and our traumas do not have to affect who we are. We're recovering from all of the things that we've experienced in our lives. So we're living in higher consciousness. We are part of the split. Mm-hmm. The other part of the split is what you see is going on with everyone around you, who it seems like everywhere you look, their lives are falling apart. We've channeled that human bodies wouldn't be able to handle the split. So if you're seeing a lot of people in your personal lives who are falling ill to certain things, are passing away, it's their bodies. They can't handle this new consciousness that's coming to earth. But if you have a sickness going on within you, this is your opportunity to turn your life around, right? It's your opportunity to let go of all the trauma, to let go of all the anger, to let go of all the sadness, to let go of all the addictions, right? The universe is never working against you. People think like, why would God give me this? Why would God give me this? It is not God. It is your body communicating with you, saying, you are not treating me the way that I and you deserve to be treated, and I am giving you a signal. Where is the sickness in your body? Where is the pain in your body? What chakra points? What things are you holding in? What things are you hiding? What things are you not expressing? We really need to pay attention, because our bodies are literally talking to us continuously. So there is it's if you look at it from a higher consciousness, right, you can clearly see that there is something going on, right? I personally do not have any traumatic events going on around me. Do I see it in people around me? Absolutely, I see it. But that's the difference between fifth dimensional living and third dimensional living. We are not experiencing all of these traumatic events because we have worked so hard. We're the leaders, right? Like, we've dealt with this. We've processed through all of these things. We have learned how to evolve into the next phase of evolution. We've learned how to do that, right? These other people, they haven't learned. So their bodies are literally talking to them. Their lives are, we have everything completely stripped from us, that we have no other choice to rise above, like a phoenix from the ashes, right? Instead of lying down and laying in the ashes and regretting every decision that you've ever made, now is your chance to rise up, right? I have not been living my life the way that I deserve. I have not been living my life the way my friends and my family deserve to have me. And I am going to make a decision to change everything that I have ever been doing that has brought me here to this place, because it's not working for me anymore. I'm operating in my trauma. I'm not being the free soul that I deserve to be. So that is what's going on with the split right now. So if you are going through a lot of hard changes right now, there's a lot of people in your life who need help. There's a lot of people who are in these low vibrations, depressed, anxious. There's all these people around you. Know that it is not happening to them, but it is happening for them. And I know that's really hard to come to grasp with when your life is in shambles. Mm-hmm. When your life is in shambles, you're saying, oh yeah, this is happening for me. This is great, right? But take a look at your life. Was it great? Was it peaceful? Was it a higher conscious way of living? Or were you just barely making it? You were just surviving, right? It's almost like the universe is saying, okay, you've been surviving for so long. I'm taking all of this away from you so you can learn how to thrive. Do not live with your past programming. Do not live in your past traumas. It is now time to say, I'm going to learn from every experience that is being handed to me, and I'm going to grab on to the theory that the universe and God, they love me. They love me, and they want is what's absolutely best for me. They're sending down higher consciousness. They're sending down messengers. They're sending down all of these beautiful things, and it is all happening so that I can transform into the person that I was always meant to be, and not the person that I have been programmed by all of my experiences to be. Yeah. Do you have anything to bounce off of that?
I can see where all these changes that are going on in people's lives can seem just really detrimental, and it can be hard to try to find something positive out of all of that. Just going off our experiences and where we are now and all the knowledge and wisdom that we have gained over time to be able to navigate us through these changes when we are presented with the opportunities to look at our lives and change what we need to change. But for the people who have no idea and that have been living in a very, kind of like a sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Not awaken to, where we are at this moment. But boy, I just want to let people know that, we understand. We understand how difficult it is. We understand how sad it is and how depression can take over at this time. But if you are a new viewer or just coming into our message, just know that you are not alone. And, don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to talk to us, send a message. We are more than willing to help you.
Be your cheerleader.
Yes.
Right? But you got to do the work.
You do.
Like, I am here to encourage and I am here to support, like, my friends, my family, anyone who's going through traumatic experiences, low vibrational experiences right now. I am here to be your cheerleader. I am here to pump you up, but I'm not going to enable you, right? I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you that all of this negative speaking that you're doing, all of this yuckiness that you are spewing is literally creating your life as you speak. So even though it is good to get out, we all need to vent, right? We need to vent. We need to get it out of us. But once it's out of you, and sometimes you got to tell 2, 3, 4 people, right? Like, you just have to get these stories out of you, right? But like, don't linger on it. You cannot linger on, well, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened over and over and over again. And then there's someone like me who is like, okay, well, what did you learn from that? Well, nothing, because blah, 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 blah. Or maybe you could do this. No, I can't do that because blah, 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 blah. Like, there are people in your life who are placed very specifically to awaken you to certain things about yourself. Again, everyone around you is a mirror, right? Everyone around you is a mirror. So really start looking at the mirrors around you. And it's not that... I want you to pay attention to what they are showing you. What are the mirrors showing you? The things that maybe annoy you in someone else, pay attention to that mirror, because maybe I hold those things, right? I hold those things. That's why it's so annoying to me, because I have these things within me and it's really annoying, but I'm seeing it in you. Be awake to the truth of, what are these people showing me? What is this mirror showing me? We always have to be looking in the mirror, always.
Absolutely. And be open to changing. I mean, if you just want to be a victim and just keep making excuses for the reasons why all these things are happening, then it's just going to continue.
Yeah.
You have to want to change and you have to want the help. But if you just want to vent and live in your victim mentality, you're just
nothing's going to change.
Nothing.
The cycles just keep repeating. Your life is there to show you all of the things that you need to fix, overcome, these tragic things that keep happening over and over and over and over again. They are there to show you things. Again, everything is working for you. So if you are repeating, all my life, this just keeps happening to me over and over and over again in different forms with different people, the mirror is there to show you that there are certain things, there are certain energies, there are certain habits, there are certain traits, there are certain cycles that are going on in your life. And the more you play into those cycles, the more miserable you are going to get. It is time to rise above. It is time to stop creating your future with these miserable words that you say to yourself all the time. There's something recently, Mercury retrograde is here. So it's bringing shadows to us, right? And I know that I am a food addict. And recently, I was doing really good. I have a lot of food intolerances. I was going to the gym. I was eating healthy. I was doing all of these things. And now all of a sudden here in Mercury retrograde, I'm finding myself being drawn to chips to crackers to cookies. I'm allergic to all of these things, but here I am. My body is literally telling me I have a chemical rash on my face. I've had kidney and stomach problems like for days, you know, and before I eat these things, I know what's going to happen to me. And I say, I'll be fine. Right? I'll be fine. But my body is literally communicating with me and telling me these things are not serving you. These things are not serving you. And in Mercury retrograde, because I'm aware, I'm understanding that these are my shadows. I do have a food addiction. I do want to deal with my emotions through food. And I do need to pick other areas to exert this energy in. So it's being aware, you know, and it doesn't make it any easier stopping. Right?
No.
Being
absolutely.
aware is easy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
Yeah.
Well, being aware is not easy for a lot of people. But luckily, I am a self-aware type of person. So I am aware that Mercury retrograde is bringing in certain aspects of me that I need to let go. So it is now my job to do the thing. I'm aware. I want to change. So now I have to stop buying potato chips and stop buying brownies and stop buying cookies. And I have to stop doing these things that are literally poisoning my body. Absolutely poisoning my body. And that works with anyway. We go out drinking, right?
Yep.
And we know that we're going to feel bad in the morning, but we don't care because it's going to be so fun. Right? We have to be aware. I'm aware. I don't want to feel crappy in the morning. So I'm going to be aware of the things and the actions that I am doing today so that tomorrow I can be just as good and just as healed as I am. But we all have these habits. We all have certain things that we're like, I know that this is not good for me. I absolutely know, you know, but I'm going to do it anyways because, you know, you got to die of something. I'm a human. I get to do all these things. But the thing is, like, let's live. Yeah. Let's live our lives the best way that we possibly can. How do I not know, as a high consciousness person, that fruits and vegetables and lean meats and all these things are what's best for me? Mm-hmm. I know that they are. But my trauma, my shadows are bringing me to all the things that are not bad or that are not good for me.
It's funny, the stories that you will tell yourself to get you to do something and you talk yourself into doing all these bad things and you're like, no, just have a little fun, quit worrying about all that. And then you suffer the moment it's done and over. I recently developed an alcohol intolerance, and how I know it's an intolerance because I've done it 3 times with the same effect after each time. And I was like, I was so upset because I actually do like the way some drinks taste. I'll only have like a 2-drink max. Like, I don't go over 2 drinks a night.
No, you do not.
But it's been for me because I feel my best. I'm at that happy state right at 2. But now I can't even have 1, and I'm feeling sick, nauseous. I'm going to throw up. I had not even a full glass of wine. I had probably half a serving of wine with my friend, and I felt sick all night after doing that. And I'm like, it's not the sugar, obviously. It's just alcohol. I can't have alcohol anymore. And so that was a letdown, but I was aware. I'm like, you know what? I'm being taken away from all the things that I enjoy, even though I was already like
low vibrational.
Yes.
Alcohol is literally a depressant. That's what it does. It's very, very low vibrational. But I have learned as someone who so when I first awakened and I started doing readings and doing all this stuff, I was like, it was hard for me to learn how to be a human. You know, I went from being a low vibrational human to being this super high consciousness person channeling out of nowhere, super high consciousness. So I forgot how to be a human because I was just like channeling all the time. And I used to say it all the time, like, I don't know how to be human. I don't know how to be human, blah, blah, all this stuff. And I did realize that, like, we are here to enjoy ourselves, right? And alcohol for me is such a negative space because I have been surrounded by addicts my whole life, alcoholics. So I was like, alcohol is evil, alcohol is horrible, alcohol and all, like, no, I don't want to be with anybody who drinks. I don't want to do any of these things. But as a human, you do have to realize that it's okay to be human every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Like, we just went out for a girls' night and I drank and I had a really good time. It was a super high vibrational evening, right? So I, as a high vibrational person, I did have to learn that there are certain aspects of humanity that we can participate in that might be low vibrational, but we take them to a high vibrational place. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to start drinking, but it is okay to like go out with your girlfriends and relax and have a good time and dance. And if alcohol is included, as long as you're staying in that high vibrational place and you're not continuing it as a cycle over and over, it is absolutely okay to do that. And that was one of the lessons that I had to learn, because I don't want to write off every single, like, do you drink? Yeah, I have some beers every once in a while. Write off. Check. I don't want to be involved. I don't want, and that's not the way to be a human. No. Right? We have to learn to be in a place where we're accepting that, like, we are on a human planet, and there are like so many things that as high consciousness people, we say, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. We forget sometimes how to be human, how to really enjoy the things that have been here for us, placed here for us, without taking them to the extreme. Absolutely. So it is a very delicate balance, like, we don't want to live in pure high consciousness. We're not here on this planet to live in complete high consciousness. We are here to enjoy being a human. Like, when people cross over and I'm channeling people from the other side, they're talking about all the things on this earth that they don't get to experience anymore because they're not on a physical planet, right? They're crossed over. They're on the other side. They're in the ethers. So, like, for a guy to come through and say, man, I just wish that I could drink a beer and go fishing. Like, there are very human things on the planet that are absolutely acceptable if we do not take them to the extreme, causing addiction. Right, it's a very delicate balance, but we really are here to experience all the things. And it's so funny, the people on the other side, what they really miss. I mean, like, the smell of chocolate chip cookies when they come out of the oven, freshly baked bread, like, very physical human things that you are here to absolutely enjoy. And when you cross over, when you leave this physical body, you're going to miss those things until the next time you come back. But the next time you come back, you're not going to remember.
See, here's the deal. I very much do share your food addiction. I have severe food addiction. Anything sugar, you can set up a buffet area of like all the healthy foods and then a dessert table. And I'm going to hit that dessert table because that's where I want to go. Mm-hmm. But I know that I'll tell myself it's okay to have a good time with eating the foods that you like. I've been on a lifestyle change, a healthy kick for probably over 15 years. And I've struggled with weight gain over time. I've gained weight back, and I can't. It's like I have a hard time once I get a taste of something. Let's just say I get one cookie. I want to eat all of the cookies
until I'm sick.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what situation it is when I'm eating. It's like one taste, I just like lose all control and I'm eating everything. And I will tell myself I can't have one taste, because if I have one bite, it's done, it's over, and I'm gonna binge. Mm-hmm. And I really want to get to a place of not living like that. Like one bite and I'm just completely satisfied, Yeah,
I would love to be at that place too. It's a shadow. It's a trigger. And me being so addiction, like I've released addiction from my life, right? All the people in my life. I do not want to be involved with anyone anymore with any addictions, right? And I always think of them as drugs or alcohol, But here I am looking at the mirror, seeing addictive things in my life. I have to know that there's an addiction inside of me,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So learning how to release that is what I'm going to be working on next. Mercury retrograde is here to show us all of our shadows, and we have to pay attention to them, and we have to listen to what our souls are communicating with us, what our physical bodies are literally telling us. So the mirror in my life is showing me I can't be so judgy when it comes to people in my life with addictions, because here I am carrying an addiction.
An addiction is an addiction, whether it's legal or illegal.
Yeah, and that wasn't a concept in my head.
Absolutely.
Addictions to me were, I'm addicted to drugs, I'm addicted to alcohol, I'm addicted to sex, I'm addicted to things that are bad for me. It never dawned on me until Mercury retrograde that, oh my gosh, I have an addiction. It is an addiction, and I need to release this addiction if I want to stop seeing it on the outside of me.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny how we do share a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy.
Alignment. That's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, so I pulled a couple cards, and of course they all say the same thing, really. Truth, patience, freedom, change, fulfillment of wishes, and longing for home, homesick for the stars. So I'm going to start with the truth. And the truth is that as humans, we don't know the truth, right? We don't know. We have no idea. We know that what we've been taught. We know the truth that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. But if we're being completely honest, we don't actually know the truth, right? We don't know where we came from. We don't know what's after this. We don't know who created. We don't know who God is. We don't know where, all these things. We don't know. We're just humans, right? So I do, again, encourage people to start researching things. Like, what is the truth? Let's research science. Let's research biology. Let's research all the things, because as humans, we've been so deeply programmed to believe everything that we have been taught from generation to generation to generation. But now we're in the split, right? We're going to a new place. We're moving to the fifth dimensional earth. The truth is the only thing that holds up there, right? Like the deprogramming, we're leaving behind. We have to acknowledge what the truth is. And the truth is that we've been lied to for centuries and centuries and centuries, like we don't actually know what the truth is. There's us beautiful channels coming here and saying things that don't resonate with anything that we've ever known true to be before, right? Because we're so deeply programmed. When a channel comes through and they say, oh, we were created by beings and God didn't create us, the creator beings, it was a science project and all that. It sounds so far-fetched because we have all been trained to believe that we either evolved from monkeys or we were created by God, right? But there is another truth out there, because neither one of those stories makes sense, right? Let's start embracing the truth of things. Let's start embracing things that maybe we haven't been open to before, but they expand our mind. You don't have to believe everything that a channel says. If you don't resonate with it, you don't resonate with it. But if it's expanding your mind and it takes you to somewhere else, that's exactly what we're here to do. I'm not here to channel things so that you believe exactly what I say is true, right? I'm here to bring through messages that will help you expand your mind so that you can find your own truth, your own personal truth. Whatever you want to believe in is okay. There's no one specific thing that you have to believe. Whatever your truth is, that's your truth.
And there's freedom in that. There's so much freedom.
Freedom? Another card that we just drew? Yeah.
To not be tied down to one belief system.
I honestly believe because we are so programmed, it causes so much it does cause so much trauma in people. You know, like being raised a very specific way, say like by the Bible or by politics or whatever, it programs us, but the insides of us, our soul, it's like a battle.
Yes.
You
it's
know?
like a rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is how I'm supposed to feel. And if I don't feel that way, everybody's telling me that I'm wrong, you know? And it's a very confusing time. And that the time
it causes depression.
And suicide and alcoholism and drug addiction and food addiction. You know, you're trying to fill all the empty holes that society and programming have put in you. You have those holes because it's not true. You know, like you're not resonating with it. It doesn't feel good. So you're trying to fill all these holes with all of these things. But when you finally step into being aware and really being in tune with your feelings, like my feelings do not align with the people who raised me, but if I follow the people who have raised me, I'm going to stay the same that I've always been. I'm just going to stay that person, right? But if I start acknowledging the things that are going on within me and feeling how I really feel and expressing how I really feel, it allows me to really free myself from all of the chains that everyone else has created for me. You know, I say this all the time, but we are from birth. You're from birth told who you are, what to believe in, what you know, everything, what church you go to, like what religion you are, what college you're going to. You're programmed, and on the inside you're thinking, but I don't align with that. But this is what they said, so I'm just going to do it. They know the best. You know, they've already lived their life. They you know, we trust people because they've lived lives already, so they seem successful. But when you look deep into it, like how many people are buying houses that are way out, and then they have to work and work and work and work. But that's what we're programmed to do, right? We're programmed to get jobs, and we're programmed to go to college and have that debt, and we're programmed to buy a house and have that debt. We're not free until we really realize these things do not resonate with me, and I'm not going to do them just because that's what the programming says that I have to do. I don't resonate with that. I don't resonate with a 30-year mortgage. I don't resonate with that, right? Like, I want to be able to go on adventures and be free. I don't want to be tied to a very specific thing where I have to work for 50 years and then when I retire, I finally get to relax and kick back, right? Like those are the times that are not working for us anymore. It is a new time where new things are working for us, and we have to embrace the new things and not revert back to all of the old programming because the people that we love and respect are saying this is what you have to do, right? It's time to like really stand in our truth. And another card, change. It's time to change. It's time. The person that you've always been, if you're at a low place and you don't feel happy and you feel anxious and you feel scared of everything, that's not the place that you need to stay in. It's time to look fear in the eye and say, I'm going to stand in my power. I'm going to face all of my shadows. I'm going to look fear in the eye. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm not afraid of the feelings that I have anymore. I'm going to look those fears directly in the eye and I'm going to battle them, right? I'm fighting my demons, you know? And there is so much freedom in that. Fighting your demons. Every time I fight a demon, I feel lighter, right?
Absolutely.
Every single time I release a shadow, I can stand up a little taller.
Every time I face a fear or do something I'm scared of, I feel more free.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. And there's so much control in society, in this world. There's so much control that it literally, fear is what they have instilled in us. It's a programmed, it's an illusion. Mm-hmm. There's no room for it anymore. Mm-hmm. It's allow yourself to be free.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have this card, fulfillment of wishes. It's, I just looked over and the time was 33. Once you develop the ability to stand in your power and start speaking and creating from your true self, it is like you get the fulfillment of wishes. All of your dreams start coming true, right? Like if I look back a year ago when I first moved here to Missouri, I had a dream. I had a goal, I had a vision. It was to create a team and heal the world, right? If I don't look like, here I am now as this person, if I'm just like going through life and living my life and not paying attention, I don't actually realize that I am doing that exact thing. I have manifested exactly what is happening in my life. We have this cool cosmic coven club where I get to do goddess circles and I bring women together. I have this awesome podcast. Like, I am literally doing exactly what I said. I am building a team and I am on the road to healing the world in my own way. The only thing that's different is I don't have the pressure anymore, right? Like, I used to feel that pressure because I'm a healer, because I'm a light worker. I always felt the pressure. I have to tell people. I have to read people. I have to let them know all of their truths. That is not my responsibility anymore. Right? I'm not here to heal the world by telling people exactly what they need to do in their lives, because that does not help them. That only enables them. I am here to spread the truth of what I've been told, bring forward the energy that's going on in your life so that you can heal yourself. The song Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, is coming through. Like, in order to heal the world, you have to heal yourself. The man in the mirror. When I face all of my shadows and I bring forward all of my demons, I am going to stop seeing all of those demons in the world. Right? The more we heal ourselves, the more we heal the world. So it's really time to just embrace the change. I know it's scary. I know facing your fears is terrifying. Just like for me, going to a different gas station is scary. Right? Like, if I'm held back by all of my fears, I would only want to go to one gas station for the rest of my life. But I know that that fear is there to bring me out of my uncomfortableness. Like, I have to go to another gas station or I'm never going to go to another gas station again. Right? And that's just like simple, easy things. But that's what it is. Like, if you have a fear of something and you avoid doing certain things because you have that fear, you have to look the fear in the eye and you have to say, I'm going to do it. And it's going to suck. And I'm going to be scared and I'm going to shake and my voice is going to shake, or maybe I don't even get words out. But after I do it, I feel so free. Little things, just like going to another gas station. After I get in my car, I'm like, oh, I did it. I did it, and it was uncomfortable and I was awkward and I couldn't make conversation with the girl at the cash register, but I did it. And the next time it's going to be easier. And the next time it's going to be easier. Looking those, even the small, tiny, little stupid ones, like going to a different gas station or a different grocery store, is facing your fears, facing your shadows. It's the little things that lead eventually into the big things. Like, I'm afraid of going outside. I'm afraid of leaving my house. The more you leave your house, the less you have that fear because you're facing it every single day. And you're like, well, it didn't kill me yesterday. I had a great day yesterday. So maybe I'll leave the house again today. You know, it's facing your fears and really changing. It's don't be so stubborn. Like, that's just who I am. No, it's not. That's who you've been programmed to be. That's who you've programmed yourself to be out of living in your fears. You don't have to be that way. Change today. Change right now. Change in 5 minutes. Do something that you would have never done before. It is all up to you. You do not have to stay repeating the patterns that you have been raised and grown up in. It's time to start being free, being your own person, acknowledging the fears, acknowledging the things that people are saying. No, don't ask those questions. Don't ask those questions. This is the way it is.
Right.
This is the way it is. Ask the questions. Figure the questions out. Why do you feel that way? Why are you feeling this way? Why am I fearful of these things? I'm fearful of these things because as a child, I wasn't allowed to leave the house. Or as a child, like, there's so many reasons that we are the way that we are. And it is time to look deep down into the nooks and crannies of all of our dark corners and bring them out one by one. No fear. No fear. No fear. Do not be fearful of anything. Knowing that everything is working out for me. Everything. If you are walking around in that everything is working out for me, everything is happening for me, you won't have any fear. Because you know whatever happens is absolutely happening for you. Right? It's happening for you. You're in a relationship and it's not going good. And you're so scared. I'm so scared that this relationship is going to end. I'm so fearful that this relationship is going to end. I'm so fearful that this person is going to leave me. If that person leaves you, it's for you. It is for you. It is the universe and your higher self coming together to say, I'm taking this person out of your life so that you can realize you deserve so much more, so much more. Everything is happening for you. And once you adapt to that energy, it helps carry you through so many things, even the traumatic, horrible things. It is happening for you. In some, you don't see it now. Maybe it's not happening for you now, but it's happening for you in 20 years. You're going through this. So in 20 years, you can do this, right? Like everything has a reasoning. Everything is working for you. And the more you adapt to that energy, the stronger and more powerful that you're going to feel, because you're literally convinced that the universe has your back. The universe has my back no matter what. You know, I'm not fearful that God's going to send me bad things. Like if why is God doing this to me? Why is God doing this to me? No, it's the universe communicating with me. This, even though it sucks, even though I'm heartbroken, even though somebody broke my heart, this is all for me. Because if I stay in this, I'm not going to be able to be the best version of me that I possibly can. I'm standing in my power and I'm saying this is for me, but I'm processing through the feelings. I'm not just gonna say, oh well, and move on. You gotta process through the feelings. You have to feel the sadness. You have to feel the anger. You have to feel the fear. You have to process through all of the things. And then what I like to do once I've processed through the feelings, I'm saying, okay, I've done the processing. I've spent 2 or 3 days feeling bad for myself, crying, being angry, wanting to, punch someone in the face. Like, I've spent 3 days processing through this. Now I'm going to release it. So I'm going to write down on paper all the things that I'm feeling, all the gross, yucky feelings that I'm feeling within myself. I'm going to write them on a paper and I'm going to release it. I'm done. And then the next day, all of a sudden, I feel 100 pounds lighter, right? I've processed through those feelings. I've then released it into the universe and I can stand taller. It's processing through things, learning how to face your fears, learning that every single thing that's happening is absolutely for you and allows you to stand in your biggest, brightest, most beautiful power. It's beautiful. But when you're in a low place, it's hard to see those things. It really is hard to see those things. And I don't want to make light of it. I don't want to say that all of this change is so easy, right? Like, I went through hell to get to the place that I am. My life completely fell apart in other people's eyes. Like, for me, I knew the whole time it's not falling apart. It is going for me. Like, it looks like it's falling apart because all of these things are happening, but I knew that it was all happening for me. But it didn't make it easy. It didn't make it any easier. I still had to process through the emotions. I still had to go through the shadows. I still had to face the fears. It's just that I was able to stand in my power because I said, this is all for me.
But, like, for a person that's not awakened to those ideas and that wisdom, that knowledge, it's like you don't have that mindset or that mentality. Coming from like 20 years ago when I was going through that experience of being depressed and not having a bright outlook on my future. Depression, like, that's the only place I lived in. Mm-hmm. To see anything positive was like, yeah, nothing positive ever happens for me. Doesn't that feel so yucky? Now, like, when you hear somebody
and how
say
many
that,
positive things actually happen to you when you're saying that?
And it's like, I didn't want to see anything positive. My life was so like I was just not good enough for anything. Like, nothing good was ever going to happen for me. It was just like a big black hole, and it was just like I was just living, and it's just a dark, dark place. And it took so long to get myself out of that. It took loving myself. It, like, literally, I think I had this conversation with my daughter the other day. I said, my life changed when I started loving myself. And loving yourself could be just picking yourself up and going outside.
Taking a shower.
Putting
on your favorite pair of jeans. Putting on your favorite pair of boots. Going to get your nails done. Going to get your hair done. Just going out of the house, driving around, spending time in nature. Loving yourself. Doing the things that are best for you. It is not healthy for you to sit in your house and be depressed all day, every day. I look back at the person that I used to be. Same thing, like toxic cycles, depression, medication, like all the things, right? It's so crazy because I look back at that girl and it's like, that's not me.
No.
That's not me. You know, it's like a distant memory. It's like I barely remember being that person. And it hasn't been that long. I just awakened a spontaneous awakening out of nowhere like 3 years ago. Just 3 years ago, I was a miserable person suffering in my anxiety and my depression. It doesn't take long once you realize and once you wake up to that power. So, again, like, it's the person that I used to be, that's not me.
No.
That's not me. I don't claim her. The things that I did back in those days, I do claim them. I do say, yeah, I did that. I did that. I acted like that. I behaved like that. I treated that person like that. I own it. I forgive myself. You know why I forgive myself? That's not me. That's not me. I can't feel guilty for something that I did when I was operating at a place that literally wasn't me. It wasn't me. This is me.
Yeah.
This is who I am. Now is what matters.
But you know, we had to go through those things.
Yeah.
We had to be
We came
those
here to
people.
learn.
We did. And I learned so much through all of that. I've so much about myself, my strength. Mm-hmm. The strength that I have because I've always showed up for myself. Mm-hmm. In every situation, I did not let life break me. Mm-hmm. And I rise like the phoenix above all of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally from ashes.
From ashes.
Yeah.
From ashes.
Boy, that's so powerful. To really, yeah.
Yeah, from ashes. Like if your life is in shambles and you're living amongst the ashes, it is time for you to rise.
Yes,
right?
It is.
Rise. Leave all those ashes. Leave them. And you get your ass up and you be the woman, the man, the person, the human that you deserve to be. Stop living amongst the rubble. Mm-hmm. Stop living amongst the crumbled tower on top of you. Stop living amongst the programming that everyone has before you has given to you, and start recognizing I am a new person. Mm-hmm. I am a new person. I am working, and it takes work. When you are in the middle of those old habits and those old traits and those negative speaking, when you find yourself talking down to yourself, stop yourself in that instant. Just stop. Just stop. You know, like I find myself, I used to be a gossip queen. Like, what's the tea? Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me everything. And now when someone comes to me and they're talking like, so what's going on with blah, 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 I literally get a sick feeling in my stomach. I can't. I'm like, oh, they're good. Everything's good. You know, whereas before I would have been like, oh my God, like blah, 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 and I can't believe this, and I can't believe this, you know, like total gossip queen. But now when somebody asks me about what's going on with someone else, I'm just like, they're good. I don't know. Like none of my business, right? It takes that. It takes stopping yourself, you know, like every time someone wants to gossip, it took me literally not participating in it when it used to be one of my favorite things. Like, tell me all the tea.
So I totally resonate with you on this. And I had just an experience with this past weekend in Texas with family. You know, sometimes when you get together with family, you start talking about all the things that you've been going through, whether it's in your life, your children's life, you know, everybody's lives. And I had to call my sister the next day, and I said, you know, hey sis, you know, I'm sorry about last night if I said anything that might have come across offensive, if it made you feel uncomfortable about talking about the past. I talk about the past because I like to give, you know, credit where credit's due about how far we've come, how far we've grown, you know, everything, who we are now compared to who we were then. It's not about reliving trauma. It's about saying you're a great person and look where we came from. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, and she was like, I had no issue. Like, I didn't think that you said anything, out of boundaries, or, you didn't cross any lines. Like, I felt completely okay. And she's like, why are you so down on yourself? I'm like, because I work really hard every day to not be the same person that I used to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get stuck in gossip. So if I talked about anything else, she's like, I didn't feel like you gossiped at all about anybody. And I just wanted to make sure, because, like, I had to really look. Did I cross lines? Did I say things maybe I shouldn't have said? Did it seem like maybe I was trash talking? I really try really hard to not be that gossip queen,
Yeah. And it's so easy to get sucked in, but luckily when you operate in that higher consciousness frequency, that frequency is running through your body. And again, your body is talking to you all the time. So when somebody asks you the tea and you get that feeling in your stomach, pay attention to it. Like, oh, they're great. Oh, so what's going on with them? I don't know. I don't know. They're good. They're living their life, right? It's not my business to tell other people's business. If that person comes to me and they trust me with information, I cannot go to someone else and tell someone else about that. That is not being a person of higher consciousness. So that was a big thing in my life, to learn how to not gossip. It was my God, it was one of my favorite things, right? Gossip. I want to know the gossip. I want to know the tea, and I want to talk about them forever. And I want to keep talking about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I remember how I used to, like, ask, like, details, like, on things, and I think it just got you get so programmed and used to talking about everybody else's trauma, where you, in a sense, kind of feel better about your own life. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that's a nasty place to be.
And judging people, like, oh my God, if that ever happened to me, I would never behave that way. I would never act that way, right? And then a year from now, you're going through the exact experience and you're like, oh shit, I'm doing exactly what they did. You never know, and you cannot ever judge a situation.
That was the very first time I ever learned that you honestly do not know what you would do in those situations.
You do
not.
You
think you do. But you absolutely have no idea. And because there's been times where I was on the other side, but I was judged for the things I went through, and there's times I judged for what other people went through, and then I think that through the judging other people and then experiencing that same thing, you're like, fuck me. Yeah. I had no idea
what I was talking about. I was so immature. I was so silly.
Yeah.
So I do have a friend right now who is going through a lot of things, right? And this is how I've learned that it is not my job to fix everyone. It's not my job to tell everyone how to fix their life. Like, did you do this? And maybe you should do this. And maybe you should do this. And I used to send, like, I could channel through a text. So I would send big, giant, long texts and tell them, like, all the channels that I was receiving, right? Now, I listen. I just listen. And I say, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I'm so sorry. It must be so hard. I love you, and I'm here for you. Mm-hmm. That's it, right?
I have noticed that you do that a lot lately.
Good
for you.
Do, absolutely, because it's detachment. Mm-hmm. It's the art of detachment. If I get into my friend's business and I start channeling, and I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm doing all of these channeling, my energy is now inside their energy, and I'm feeling their energy. I'm feeling the sadness. I'm feeling the anger. I'm feeling the anxiety. And it doesn't just happen to me. It happens to all of us, right? You're getting into your friends' problems. You're getting into your family's problems by trying to solve them all and connecting that energy to you. The art of detachment is knowing that they are going through this. That is their energy. That is what they're going through. I am going to be the support, and I'm going to be the love, and I'm going to be their cheerleader, but I'm not going to try to solve their problems for them, because how does that help them? How does it help them change their life if I am telling them exactly what they need to do? Right? They have to figure it out. That's why when me and you, I used to channel for you all the time. You had all the questions. You wanted to know every single thing that was going on in your life you wanted me to channel about, right? And our team actually came through and said, stop that shit. Right? You're not allowing her to be the person that she deserves to be. You're not allowing her to grow on her own. You're not allowing her to really feel into her higher self and understand the things that you're enabling her to be the same.
Yeah.
So that's the art of detachment. I don't want to be completely engulfed in your personal life anymore, because that's your personal life. But I absolutely am going to say, I love you so much. I'm so sorry you're going through this. If you need an ear, if you want to vent, I am here. But I'm not here to solve all your problems.
Yeah, no, and you're absolutely right, because a lot of growth comes from when you do the work yourself. Now, there are times that we come together and, we'll talk, like our mornings when we just talk and kind of work through things and pass off ideas. But yeah, they came through hard and firm. They did.
And it's so weird as a channel to deliver the messages. Like, you're one of my best friends, obviously. So when the messages are coming through and they're harsh, I'm like, I don't want to say this, but you always take it in stride. You're always like, oh, well, okay then. I guess I won't ask that question.
But you know what? It gets addictive. Because, communicating with such a divine, light like that, divinity, your higher self, it's such a beautiful energy that it gets, you get wrapped up in it. You just want to hear everything that they have to say. It's just a beautiful experience.
Except for your higher self is, man, she's something.
She's definitely not warm and nurturing like I am. She's a little bit colder, and I'm like...
She's authoritative. She's very authoritative.
Very much like a parent.
Yes, very much. Very much so. I forgot what I was going to say, so it must not be that important. And we're at 55 minutes, so we've got about 5 more minutes. Anything you want to bring forward?
Not off the top of my head at this moment. My mind kind of went blank.
Yeah, we went blank together. I guess I want to explain what because we were just I was just telling you that I can't tell you all of your problems. I can't solve all of your problems. I do want to let people know that us channels that can channel through energy, we are here to help. We really are here to help. And readings are my pride and joy. I love doing readings. I love bringing forward the energy that is hanging within your system and translating it for you and bringing it to you and watching your eyes light up. I do love that so much. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't get readings because you shouldn't know you have to deal with your own problems. I'm saying you shouldn't be addicted to readings.
Yes.
Difference. Come to me, schedule an appointment with me. By the way, I can do all of my readings on FaceTime or Facebook Messenger, so it doesn't matter where you are in the country, in the world. I can absolutely read you. Energy knows no bounds. I love doing readings over FaceTime. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. I love bringing forward the energy and validating people and confirming that, oh my gosh, all of these feelings that I'm having, someone else on the outside is telling me it must be true, right? Because I don't know anything about you. I don't know how you live your life, but here I am bringing forward the things that are like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Learning from that channeling session, right? I'm bringing forward the energy, and you now take all of the information that I have given you and putting it in play in your life. That's what channels are for. That's what psychics are for. That's what tarot readings are for. That's what astrology is for. We are here to bring forward the message that you deserve to hear so that you can take all that information and put it into play in your life. But some people get addicted. They want to know more, and they want to know more, and they want to know more. I've done a lot of readings for people who I'm searching for information. I'm if someone's never had a reading before, I do a reading, and it for 1 hour nonstop, I am bringing through information. But let's say someone likes to go to psychics. They like to go to psychic, and they're not putting in play what the psychic has to tell them. They're just going to another one and going to another one. That all the energy has already been delivered to you. So me as a psychic, I'm now struggling to bring through any new information because you've already been told all the stuff. You know, like just because you go to psychic after psychic after psychic doesn't mean that they're going to tell you different information. And if you've already been delivered the information that is important for you to deal with in your life, another psychic isn't going to bring through anymore. She's just going to bring through the same things until it's empty. Like, you've been told all of these things by all of these different psychics and you haven't put any of them into play. There's no more information for you. You've sucked us dry. Right? And that makes my job way harder. If you've been told by a psychic, if you've been to like 10, 20, 30 different psychics, you're addicted to it, you just want the information, and you're not satisfied because I didn't bring through any new information, that's on you. You've been told all the information. You've been told how to change your life. You've been told all of these things. Me, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just bringing forward the energy that's hanging in your system, which is, by the way, not much right now.
So if people are putting into play the information that they are receiving,
then I'll get more.
You'll get, okay. All right.
Yes. I'm a life coach. Mm-hmm. I'm bringing through the information that you need to work on at this very moment. When you deal with all of those things and you put all of that information into play, come back. And I'll have a whole new set of information for you because healing never stops.
But spirit will get to a point to where they don't want them to keep searching for answers, kind of similar to my experience with you.
When they cut you off. Mm-hmm. And now I don't receive things for you. Like, I used to channel all the time for you.
I think I've had 20 plus.
Yes. Yeah. All the time I used to channel for you until that one day where they were like, I'm not going to let you do this anymore. And they literally like stopped me. Like, mm-hmm. I have a block now. Like, even when you're asking me questions, I'm like, I'm not getting anything, you know? I'm not getting anything. So, it's once you embrace the lessons that us channels and tarot readers and psychics are bringing through, then the universe will say, okay, go back for another reading, and now we'll move forward in this next stop. That's what we're here for. We're not here for a good time. Psychics are not here to entertain you. Psychics are here to literally tell you all the things that you need to develop in your life, you need to do in your life, the energy that exists, the gifts that you have within yourself. Like, I'm here to let you know how powerful and wonderful and beautiful you are, and you are here to put those things into play. When you put those things into play and you want more information, come back. I would suggest doing a reading. You could do, if you're really working hard on yourself, you could do a reading once a month. You could do a reading every 3 months. It just depends on how. Because some people I've read multiple people, and every time I channel, I'm like, I think I told you this in the last reading. I think I told you this in the last reading. I'm bringing through the same information. You obviously have not moved forward and done these things yet. So I'm not going to receive new information because you haven't put those into play yet.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to get a reading. I never bring through... like, a lot of people are afraid that I'm going to bring through their traumatic lives. And yes, I am going to bring forward trauma. I am going to tell you that you have experienced trauma. But I'm going to tell you how to rise above it. You know, I'm going to bring forward, you experienced this, and this. We need to get through that. And I'm here to empower you. I'm a life coach. I'm teaching you how to grab your life by the balls and put all of these lessons that you are trying to be taught into play, letting you understand that even though that you have done and behaved and been through all of these things, they do not have to affect you who you are anymore. And a lot of messages, a lot of people need to hear from their loved ones. A lot of people have a lot of unfinished business. Like, I wasn't able to be there when my mom died. Is she mad at me? I wasn't able to support this person before they passed away. Do they have any animosity for me? I can tell you straight off the bat, no, they don't. They don't, right? I've never channeled any human spirit that said, I'm mad at you because you weren't at my bedside when I died. That's not a reality, right? Souls speak to one another. So when you are saying, Mom, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to be there for you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Like, it's gone already. Like, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She heard you, right? They hear the things that you say on their deathbed. They hear you. They can hear everything you're saying. The things that you're saying in your house, they hear you. They are here for you. I have never channeled anyone who is still angry at the people that they love on earth because of the things that they did or didn't get to say. So I'm not going to bring through any sort of information that is going to negatively affect you. I am here, us channels, us psychics. We are here, ethical psychics. I think that there is a lot of people who tune in to the bad side. Like, I see that you have a dark attachment to you and somebody is trying to destroy your life. And I'm not going to say that. I will tell you if you have a dark attachment, but I don't think it's outside of you. If you have a dark attachment, I feel like it is you. It is part of you. That attachment that is there, it is part of you and you have created it. So you have the power to get rid of it. It's a shadow. It's a demon and it is attached to you. But it is not cast on you by someone else. It is literally the inside, all of your trauma coming out and literally attaching itself to you. And a lot of people feel a lot of attachments. They're saying, I feel like I've had an attachment ever since I went to this haunted house. Like, no, you have an attachment because you went through something and it is now affecting you and it is part of you and it is hanging on to you and you need to let it go because it's really heavy to carry around. It's like a chain, like the prisoners that have the chains on, that's that you're dragging around your dark entity, but it's all, you can release it. You created it, you can release it. So I am a little skeptical about readers and psychics who are bringing forward like there's a dark energy around you and all. I would not suggest going back to someone who's telling you that on the outside there's a dark energy following you around. In my personal experience, every dark energy I've ever come across is because that person has created it for themselves. You have experienced something, you have been through a traumatic situation, and you have now taken that and put it on the outside, and it is following you around everywhere you go. Everything has consciousness. So if you're releasing bad energy, if you experience bad energy, it goes on the outside of you, it is going to follow you around. And there might be somebody who says, you have a dark attachment. It's not placed on you by anyone on the outside. It's placed on you by you and all of the things that you have gone through. And it is absolutely in your power to get rid of it.
Can anybody do that to themselves? Or does it take like certain people with like what is it?
Exorcisms and stuff?
Well, yes, but like there's a specific word and it's not coming to me. For some reason, telekinesis, but that's not what I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. But what is that one movie with? Oh, damn it! Never mind. We'll skip past that because I will take up too much time trying to remember. But can anybody create energies outside themselves? Like, let's say, so like you don't have to have special abilities to do this.
We all have the special abilities. We all have them. We are all able to project on the outside what is going on the inside. Absolutely. Remember, we talked about in this last episode, the energy that you were exerting out of your body formed into a little negative ball and was hiding under your bed in the dark corners. You created that.
Right.
And that would follow you around. You created it. It is now attached to you. So once you sort of learn that, okay, I created this, I have the power to create it, I also have the power to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. So I do feel as if you are not aware, like there are healers, like we all have certain abilities. Everybody is placed here for a certain reason. And there are healers who can get rid of certain energies. They're trained to do those specific things. But I honestly do not believe that that energy is placed on you by anybody else. Right. It's placed on you, by the experiences that you have gone through, and you've projected it now to the outside because we're all so powerful, but we're not trained to understand it, right? We're all able to create darkness that attaches to us, but we're also all able to eliminate that darkness that is attached to us. We do not need anybody from the outside, but we're not all trained to do that. So it is okay to go to an energy healer and say, I feel like I have a dark attachment, and let them sort of do what they're trained to do. But be aware and be careful, read reviews. Like, you can't just trust anybody who is in the spiritual business, because there are a lot of false prophets out there. So be very careful and make sure that you're actually resonating with their energy before you allow them to work deep into your energy system.
Okay. One more question on this topic. So let's say that you move from a place where you may have created a lot of dark energy in your home, and you move from that place. Will that energy stay in that home, or will it also follow you?
Both.
Okay.
That goes back to a couple episodes ago. We were saying that you can't run from your demons. You move across the country, your demons are going to follow you.
Right.
The energy left in the house, that's what you have exerted, and the energy stays in the walls, yes, until someone else comes in and sort of cleans it up, right? And I mean by their energy. Like, you can go into a place that's had bad energy in it, but if you're also bringing bad energy with it, it's just going to add to it, and that's where you get like poltergeist things.
Thank you for saying poltergeist. Yeah, but I don't think that's the word that I was looking for. But yes, it's almost like something that you can create, but it becomes its own entity, and it can attack you. Is that poltergeist? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or
I think so. Okay. A poltergeist is, an energy.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I thought it had a different name, but that might be. But so those energies can stay, and if you have another family that's like very low vibrational and stuff that moves into it, they just create a bigger problem. That's where you get your hauntings and
yes,
stuff.
That's some of the hauntings. Yes, some hauntings are actually just leftover energy from people. Like, energy is there. Like, this person walked down the stairs every day of their life and went straight to the coffee pot. So you see someone walking down the stairs and going straight to the coffee pot. It's leftover energy. Other times it's they maybe they grew up there and it was such a beautiful one, so full of so many memories. So they come back to visit. You know, like, the energy's on the other side. They're able to do whatever they want whenever they want, so they can come visit things. But yes, also we have so many of these freaking ghost hunting shows out there, and it makes me so angry. I used to love ghost hunting shows. I loved them so much. But I cannot watch them anymore, because the first thing that they say is, oh, you have an evil entity attached to you, and oh, there's a demon. Like, in all the readings I've done, 1,000 readings or so, I've never come across a demon. Never, you know, like, there is negative energy that has been expelled in places. And the more these ghost hunters go to these places and they say, oh, it's a demon, oh, it's an entity, they're just fueling all of that negative energy to make it bigger for the. So as humans, I feel like we are literally responsible for creating all of these demons and these hauntings and these evil presences, because we've been trained that the other side is evil.
Okay, so for example, the Skinwalker Ranch. You know, they have a lot of phenomenon going on there, and like skinwalkers goes back to like
indigenous people.
Yes. So what would your thoughts be on these types of energies?
Skinwalkers? Mm-hmm. I do believe there are a lot of things that we don't know about. Mm-hmm. I do believe that we live in the third dimensional realm, but I feel like there is a lot of realms that exist that we're not aware of. So when it comes to skinwalkers, I tend to believe that they are from another realm. I feel like they
can interact with,
absolutely,
come in and out and stuff.
I'd like to say that I don't believe in skinwalkers, but I do. I do believe that there are entities walking amongst us that our human eyes have a really hard time believing. And I feel like maybe we create other things because our mind can't visually understand what we're seeing. So I don't know. I do believe that there are lots of, the Bigfoot there's so many things out there that have been reported over and over and over. I would be silly to think that they didn't exist. I think there's a lot of things on this earth, underneath this earth, that as humans, our minds have no way of grasping, but it doesn't make them any less real.
Absolutely. But in your experience, you've never come across what somebody may say looks like a demon to you. So, like, no negative energy has ever presented itself in what we would think of
non-human form. All the negative interactions that I've had are in human form, leftover energies. And I'm not saying I've never channeled a bad person. I have channeled a bad person. I've channeled lots of bad people who have done bad things on the earth, but in my experience, they have all done their full life processing, and they're coming back to say, I'm sorry, I did this, repenting, so that they can move on in their spiritual evolution. The worst experience that I ever had was with a leftover energy in someone's house. I was dating a girl, and I stayed the night at her house, and in the middle of the night, I was woken up by just this energy of this man there, and he was in my face, and he was screaming at me, right? So I described to her what's happening, and she's like, that's my ex. Like, that's exactly how he would behave. So that's the worst experience, and he was alive. So it was just his energy in the house.
So somebody's energy can become a conscious being and like know what's going on, like its own separate being.
Absolutely.
That is crazy to think about.
The exerting of the energy creates consciousness. Everything is consciousness. Once it leaves my body, it is now consciousness. And that's why you have to be so careful about the things that you speak into existence, because everything is consciousness. That was the worst energy that I have ever come across. And he was still living. It was just his leftover toxic energy in that space. So the rest of the night, I literally just had to ignore him. He would get right in my ear, right in my face, saying horrible, nasty, disgusting things, and I literally just laid there, and it was definitely one of the scariest experiences I've had as a medium, as a channel, but I didn't let him affect me, and the next day I smudged the fuck out of that place. I was like, girl, turn the music on, let's get some sage, and we're going to run around, we're going to be happy, we're going to create, like, really good energy. So, but that was the worst experience, and that was from a living being, just leftover energy.
That is insane. Mm-hmm. That is crazy. Cool, but not cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was intense. All right, we went 16 minutes over the time. That was a good ending. I like that. I love talking about mediumship. Mm-hmm. Mediumship is, I love channeling. I love channeling extraterrestrials, but I really love mediuming it. I love talking to crossed over loved ones.
Are there many different types of psychics? So there's many different types of psychics. Some psychics have, like, let's say, a master's degree in this area, and then others have, like, different areas where they are best at what they do. So what type of medium would you say that you are? What is your main focus?
That's why I call myself a life coach. My main focus is getting you to a place where you can stand in your power and take on the life that you deserve. I empower people. I love to empower people. That's my specialty. It's my job to bring you into the consciousness of 5D consciousness. That's what I do. That's my specialty. I teach people how to live on New Earth. I empower people, women especially. Obviously, I do read men, but 95% of my calling is the divine feminine and waking them up to the power that they've been programmed to exist in. Just wake up. Just wake up. And it's like one of my favorite things in the world to see their eyes. Like, in the beginning of the reading, I can see pain and I can see hurt, and then in the middle of the reading, I can just see that layer over their eyes disappear, and all of a sudden they have light back in their eyes, they have color back in their face, they have a smile on their face. Like, that's my specialty. I love empowering people to overcome all the things that they've experienced so that they can live the life that they desire. That's my specialty.
And I can say 100% it works. I remember my very first meeting with this beautiful lady and the very first reading, and everything she just explained literally happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a beautiful, beautiful experience. So call me, text me, make an appointment. Kristi Lynn on Facebook, also Circle of Alchemy Sisters on Facebook, and then I also have Cosmic Coven on Facebook. So find us and figure out what we're doing and text me and let me tell you all of your secrets.
It's amazing. Thank you. Next week, we'll be doing our 1-year anniversary of podcasting. We're going to have a special show. We're going to be going over our most viewed videos and doing a whole video around that.
Yeah, and I think we're going to reintroduce ourselves as well, because I feel like we haven't done that. I feel like maybe we have some newcomers that don't even know who the hell we are. They're just watching us like, who are these people? What do they do? So we're going to reintroduce ourselves and talk about our most viewed videos. I love it. And I think it's we're going to talk about the Blue Avians.
Yeah.
The Dark Goddess, which we recently did, which was so powerful.
It really was.
And then the other one, what was the other one? I do not remember, but we'll be talking about them. We'll be talking about them, covering the videos. So that means I need to go home and I need to do some homework. I'm going to have to watch those videos again.
Me too. All right. So we'll see you again next week. Thank you for tuning in today. We love you. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.